Hey everybody, welcome back to the book club. We are still taking on Adam Willett's Leading the Unleadable, so let's get right into it. For this past week, we were supposed to read chapters 9, 10, and 11. We're still in the section where we're talking about preventing conflicts and issues altogether before they even occur. And chapter 9 begins with setting expectations of excellence. And you have to not just set those expectations, but also enforce those expectations. Setting expectations, but then regularly letting them slip with our words and our actions will lead to people not really taking those standards and expectations seriously. So as an example that Willett gives, if you set an expectation for quality, but you regularly let quality slip without addressing it, you can expect more quality issues in the future. You also have to be clear about what you're asking your organization or team to do, and be sure that what you are asking for is what you actually want. In setting and communicating an expectation, you want to take the following things into account. The context of the organization. For your specific organization, what does success look like? What is a risk for your organization? What's most important? Take a view from the outside looking in. How does the world outside of the organization view your organization? What is your company known for? Not just the product or service it produces. What is your company's reputation? Engage key opinion leaders. Seek respected counsel from inside and outside of the organization. Make your expectations concise and memorable. It should be digestible. People shouldn't need to study or extensively analyze your expectations. If you are providing a list of expectations, I personally would not go with more than 5. More than 5 is a little too much for people to digest and remember. Provide detail. And what is meant by that is everyone should be on the same page as to what words mean, your concise words mean. If you are saying you want something to be good, everyone should be on the same page as to what good actually means. If you're saying you want fast delivery, everyone should be on the same page as to what fast means. The overall sentiment here is to be clear about your expectations. Remember, again, as the leader, failure is always your fault. So if you are running into issues about your expectations not being met, take a look at yourself first and make sure that you are effectively communicating those expectations. I'm using the words company or organization a lot because that is the scale to which Willett is referring in his book. But everything we've referenced here can be internal, just for a team, and still have the same standards. So whether you have a team of 100 or a team of 3, what does success mean for your team? What are you communicating to the team? How do the other teams and people within your organization view your specific team? And how are you ensuring effective communication with your team? In chapter 10, we are talking about expecting excellence every single day. And that is when we take the expectations that we have laid out and we're expecting to see that in the people that we work with every single day. You will see it in the company's literature. You will see it reflected in the company's processes. You will see it in the agendas in your company's or your team's meetings. You will see it in the team's budget or the organization's budget, meaning that if it's really that important to you, you'll be willing to invest in it, spend money on it. You will see it in how people are evaluated and rewarded. An example I can give is innovation. If innovation is really important to your managers, to your leaders, to the organization, you will hear them talk about it in the meetings. You will hear them talk about it in the hallways. Experimentation will be encouraged. Training for new skills or investments in proofs of concept will be in the budget. Individuals and teams that spend money on trying new things will be supported and rewarded. Ask yourself these questions. What does your organization tout as being important? And is it really? If your organization says that quality is its #1 goal, how often do you hear about it in your team meetings or huddles? How much money is invested in the people to ensure that they can actually deliver quality? In chapter 11, which is the end of section 3, we talk about exceptional starts. Although recoveries are possible, our endeavors are more likely to succeed when we have a good start. And what is meant by having a good start is having clear priorities, having an appropriate sense of urgency. We rush what needs to be rushed, and we don't rush to start those things that aren't actually urgent. Choosing appropriate leaders with the right skill set, starting small, and even picking the appropriate time to start. And this will take overcoming issues such as starting an endeavor before you're ready because you're pressured to show progress. This will also involve overcoming the urge to start a project before the appropriate resources are available. It is better to have a clean start with well thought out planning than rushing to start and hoping that you can sort things out later. Those types of problems lead to misunderstandings and rework, and misunderstandings and rework leads to some of the individual and team problems that you might encounter later. Okay, so that's it for this week. We are going into section 4, the last section of this book for next week, chapters 12 through 14, which are the last chapters of the book. So next week we'll review these chapters, do a quick recap of the whole book, and then I'll give my review of the book as a whole. If you've been following along and you have your own input about the book, please comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next week.